Well, this place turned out terrific. This is the great part. You get to see what we've actually finished out with. We've got details to go through. I want you to meet project manager Farron Johnson. He's not real comfortable being on camera, but you're going to do fine. He works down at Ashley Bailey, manages the place down there, actually planned all this and made sure all the details were perfect. Farron, you did a great job. I knew it was going to turn out great, but I'm so jazzed because it looks better than I thought it would. We had some challenges on this job. Not, including the ceiling and all that, but we designed around that, and I think it turned out terrific. But we had some functional challenges, and let's talk about the water heater. Last time we talked about the water heater was going over in this little space over here. How did you manage that, and what do we have to do to make sure that's not an issue down the road?
Well, as always, you have issues possibly with maintenance in the future and adjusting the temperature and so on. So in the cabinet here, we have designed the water heater in the back side of it so that we could cut an access hole in the back side of the cabinet to adjust the temperature.
So right through this, we can go in and adjust the temperature and do all that?
Yes.
That's a great answer for that. Now let's say we have to actually take this water heater out of here. What do we do?
In the construction phase of this, in the water closet area, we have framed in a spot that we can actually cut the drywall out to access the water heater for any maintenance issues or so on, and then patch it back.
I love that idea. People kind of freak out about having to cut sheetrock, but if you plan it ahead of time and frame that, it's a razor, you cut it, 2 minutes later it's out, you pull that water heater out and get access to it, remud it, paint a small wall. It's just not that big a deal, is it?
No.
Yeah, so don't worry, sheetrock's inexpensive, we can change that. So, an interesting design problem, I think, that occurred. We knew we were using LED lighting in here, right?
Yes.
And to show me what happened over here.
Well, with the LED lights on this wall, you'll notice that you see haloing from each individual LED light, and it's a little jazz. It doesn't look that great.
It's jazzy, but it's a bad jazz.
Yeah.
It's a little Hollywood or a little Las Vegas, isn't it?
Exactly, yes.
And your idea was?
Well, we're going to add a trim piece across the front of it to kind of hide the haloing of it, and it'll hang down from the ceiling.
Yeah, let me show you.
It matches the cabinetry, so.
I think, Farron, this is a great idea. What we're going to do, you see this trim piece that we're going to have here. This is not actual. We had one on the job site. We're going to make it a little nicer. But we're going to put that against this ceiling, and it'll still let the light come down behind it, and it picks up the trim that's on here. And so from a design standpoint, it looks totally planned the whole time, but it fixes a problem that it kind of occurred after this. We don't like this haloing. So again, I think that's a terrific way to solve that problem. Terrific idea. Now, we had one other thing, didn't we?
Yep, the trim around the mirrors that we...
Well, let's take a look at that. Okay, Farron, the third small challenge that we came into after we started designing this and implementing was really the mirror and the slate. So tell me what happened there.
Well, initially we're going to do a trim right around the mirror of slate, 2.5, 3 inches, something like that. But then we elected to do sconce lights.
Yeah, now check these sconce lights out. Love the ripple on the shade going right here. And so the back plate became the issue.
Exactly. It was going to interfere with the trim around the
And
slate
so
trim.
you said...
We'll just do away with the slate trim, and we're going to sheet mirror this entire area.
Which is a great idea and a great answer to it. And sometimes we draw things in that seem like a great idea, but really the sheet mirror with the wall angles and how it is going to trim out perfect and not look like it's floating on its own.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that idea. I think that's terrific. This is Farron Johnson. He manages my custom cabinetry shop, which is Ashley Bailey down on Main Street in Cape Girardeau. He's project manager. He designs these things. He makes all the dreams that we come up with actually come true. Terrific job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it really looks great. I wouldn't change, well, except for the 3 things we talked about, or 2 things. That's it. All right, now we get to talk about the fun stuff, the real decorating part of it. And I'm going to show you that next. And let's talk about paint colors.